My name is Sheila. Welcome back to Handbook for the New Paradigm, Volume 2. We are on Embracing the Rainbow. We are in number 8. So if you're following along with me in the book, I am at page 160, and it begins here. Session number 8 begins listening to the media reports of the situation in the world at large, which is in quotations there. Each is given the impression that ominous events portend the future, and nothing of great danger is imminent at the center of, quote, democracy's bastions. Only distant areas of ethnic unrest are subject to volatile situations of violence. These areas are chosen to exploit because there are few people-to-people connections between the people of the USA and the people of these countries. Yet, through military, quote, assistance, USA is involved to a far greater degree than any of the other members of the UN coalition. With your approval of these acts by default, the perceived image of the USA has been transformed in the eyes of the world from the home of the brave and free to that of the home of the dark avenger, Satan. All this has taken place in a gradual transition that has been and continues to be purposefully apparent in all areas of the world, but in the USA. Those caught up in the aggression and those in the watching world assume that this transition has your full and complete approval. Understanding that communication as it now exists was birthed in the affluent USA. It is then assumed that surely its citizens are fully informed and therefore are the impetus of the transition into this aggressive mode. It is incomprehensible to those in the rest of the world that these citizens are, as a whole, unaware that the aggressive acts are anything but benevolent, quote, help, for there is little, if any, frame of reference for what those in war-torn areas are suffering. Where are the stories of the military personnel that return home who could confirm this claim? Each sees but a small segment of the whole picture. Indoctrination and mind control within the military is far more sophisticated than is possible with the general public. I have felt that for a very long time. What some people would refer to as boot camp is a breaking down and a building up. After discharge from the military services and a period of time away from these practices, many of those involved begin to disassociate from the mind control effects and find themselves mentally and emotionally unstable. Help other than drugs to sort out the indoctrinated suggestions from the actual experiences is unavailable through government agencies, and many are unable to function in the civilian world. They are left with the choice to either rejoin the military or cope in whatever way they can. Few, if any, have the finances or are able to find outside psychiatric help that comprehends the basis of their dilemmas. The programming of your beloved children is carefully designed to fit the categories of the future roles they will play in these armed intrigues of aggression. When we compare the overall understanding of this situation as a play, it is appropriate, though it is presented as if there were unbalanced authors writing scenarios to be deliberately acted out. There is more truth involved than can be imagined. Presenting this information to you, it seems to come forth in a melodramatic tone, and the immediate reaction is to refuse to consider that such a massive delusion could be perpetrated on so many million people. Human nature is well known. Your reactions and beliefs are fully understood. Nothing has been left to chance in this well-planned game of illusion for the purpose of delusion. The USA is the ideal vehicle for this particular transition of global role reversal, inasmuch as there are no long-standing ethnic animosities, as are present in other areas of the planet. The Black-white Native American issues are the only exploitable issues, and they are not of such duration to bring about the same reactions as the Muslim, Jewish, Christian situations that are now in growing conflagration in the European and Eastern countries. At the base of this entire picture is the very, quote, human nature that has been so well examined and studied. Humanity has been led to spend its energies in the experience and exploitation of the environment outside themselves. It is only in recent years that the medical scientific community has begun to consider the understanding of the human physical body with sophisticated instrumentation. Unfortunately, it has not been for the understanding itself, but because of the influence of the dark perpetrators through the chemical companies for the purpose of gain through treating symptoms of degenerating human bodies. This is the result of an overall planned assault on the human body to coincide with the natural consequences of the effect of overpopulation. The research for the dark purposes will seldom, if ever, be revealed. However, some of what is learned by dedicated medical researchers is being published. Genetic research is much maligned, and there is reason to be skeptical of the motives involved in the manipulations that are now possible in the inherent DNA structures of the human body. Ethically focused research could indeed bring about changes that would release mankind from destructive patterns of behavior and of inherent predispositions to health problems and disabilities. However, in the present global situation, none of this is going to work itself out in a time frame soon enough to assist in the present moment dilemma of humanity and the planet Earth. Therefore, it appears that creating a new paradigm of human experience is the only available solution. Though reviewing the same situations periodically in this material seem unnecessary, it is included again for the purpose of review and reinforcing the commitment that each of you have made to this project. With the continual deluge of disinformation, mind control, and governmental super snooping capabilities, it seems even more redundant that so many can be so unaware or in such deep denial. Even the opposition is amazed at its success. Thus, they are engaged in seeing just how much can be paraded before your eyes without your awareness being triggered. Boy, oh boy. And this was written some time ago, and can sure see that now. It is a phenomenal experience to observe this continue to progress. It is the job of the ground team to accept the reality of what exists, then to look through and beyond the global situation, lay the foundation of the new paradigm, and aid in birthing it into manifested reality. The universal laws function and are available to those of understanding and intent to use them to their full potential. Deliberate, intentional application of the first three will result in the fourth, the balanced experience of the new paradigm. All right. Well, we'll be right back with session number 9 of Handbook for the New Paradigm, Volume 2, Embracing the Rainbow, up next.